Hey there, it's Erin from You Rock Girl, and today we're going to make a totally terrific kale salad. Now, I'm sure you probably had kale salad at a restaurant before, and I have too, but there's something about the texture of a kale salad where you really feel like you're just chewing and chewing and chewing. There's actually a trick to making a super tender kale salad, and I'm going to show it to you now. What we're going to start off with is I bought a bag of baby kale, and even though the bag said triple washed, I gave it another rinse just to be sure. So my kale is still wet, and I'm going to show you a fast way if you don't have a salad spinner to dry it. Open up a really clean kitchen towel, pour your kale, and now you can do this with baby spinach or any other kind of green. Pour it into it, and you're just going to wrap it up, and it's going to take out all the excess moisture. Just kind of give it a little push. It's going to take out the excess moisture so you're not dealing with dripping wet greens. And then onto the cutting board the kale is going to go. So here is trick number one. There are two tricks to making super tender kale. The first trick to kale is that you have to cut it. You have to cut it really, really fine. So we're going to chop it down, and you can do a rough chop. This is not something where you have to be formally trained, but have a sharp knife, because a sharp knife makes all the difference when it comes to cooking. So we are going to chop our kale salad, or chop our kale first for our salad. So when you run your knife through it, it tenderizes the greens. Throw a few more bigger leaves in here. And I do like the baby kale. Now, of course, if you don't have baby kale near you, you could buy the traditional big kale. Just make sure you take out the center rib because it's really, really tough. Some stores will sell bagged kale, the big Tuscan kale, but they leave the ribs in there. Not a great choice because then you're always going to be crunching into something. Okay, so my kale is looking really good. And I'm going to get ready and stick it in the salad bowl for trick number two. So we have salad bowl here, and you're going to have to get your hands messy with step number two. So the kale is going to go into the bowl, and we're going to use our miso tahini dressing. So if you saw the video on the miso tahini dressing, this is one place that I love to use it. So we're going to shake up our homemade miso tahini dressing. We're going to pour some in, and trick number two to a really tender kale salad is to massage your kale. So for a few seconds, you rub the kale salad dressing into the kale, and it actually breaks it down, and it gets super duper soft. So I can already see that the kale is already smaller in volume, and I can feel with my hands that it feels a lot more tender. Okay, so now this is the dirty part. You got dirty hands. Ideally, you can go wash them off in the sink. We're short on time. Okay, so we're going to add to this, for some crunch and some color, some raw shredded carrot. We're also going to add to it some roasted vegetables. Now, I love to roast vegetables because I think it really brings out the super sweet natural flavor in any kind of vegetable. And all vegetables have sugar in them. It's just if you don't cook them the right way, you can't bring out the sugar. So I have some eggplant, which I roasted, and I'm just chopping it. So if you had some leftover vegetables from dinner, you could use that too. You can use anything you want. And we have some sliced zucchini. So I'm going to give that a rough chop. And then for some more crunch, so those are really soft. So you've got the soft kale, the soft eggplant, the soft zucchini. You've got the crunchy carrots, and we're going to use a little bit of hothouse cucumber for a little more crunch. I'm going to cut it down the middle. Cut it again. And super carefully, and again, doesn't have to be perfect, just rough chops. And we have one piece that keeps running away. Okay, into the swimming pool, everything goes. And then just for a little more herbaceous flavor, you could add some fresh chopped parsley if you wanted to. I'm going to use cilantro because I really love cilantro. Again, buy organic cilantro. Organic is really important when it comes to greens because they usually have a lot of pesticides on them. You don't want to be eating that. So rough chop of your cilantro. And again, if you're not a cilantro lover, don't buy it. Don't use it. Use flat leaf parsley. That'll be a lot better tasting. So rough chop. This is going to go in here. Give it a quick mix since my hands are already dirty. Why not? It's your God-given tools. And you have a beautiful kale salad, super soft, super delicious. You're going to want to eat it every day.